Hey guys, so today we're going to go over how to change your own oil in your vehicle. This is a nice tip to have because it's a lot cheaper to change your own oil than it is to go and take it and have it done by somebody else. And it's a pretty simple task to do. It doesn't cost much money. I think I went to the store and paid maybe 30 bucks for all the supplies I needed. And once you have a setup, meaning you have the tools you need, then all you'll be purchasing each time is new oil and an oil filter, and you're pretty much good from there. This time around I'm going to be using my Subaru Forester. It's a 2014, so all of the sizes, like how much oil I need, what type of oil, the type of filter I need, it's all going to apply to the 2014 Subaru Forester, but all of that stuff is easily Googled, so you can find out what size you need specifically for your vehicle. Alright, so the 7 things you're going to need to change your oil in any vehicle are going to be a new oil filter, a ratchet. I've got an extension on there, makes it a little easier to get into difficult places. The socket that fits your oil plug on the bottom of your vehicle. An oil filter wrench. Now I only have this to take off the old oil filter. You're supposed to just hand tighten it when you put the new one on, but I usually have difficulties getting it off, so got one of those, and whatever oil is specific to your vehicle. You also need paper towels. You don't need them, but they're nice to have around because it can get messy. And something to collect the old oil in, preferably one of the ones that closes so you can transport it somewhere that can dispose of the oil. Specific to the Subaru Forester 2014, you'll need 0W20 oil. You'll need at least 5.1 quarts of it. What I typically do is I get a 5-quart container, and I usually have a 1-quart container in the back of my car to top it off whenever I need to. So you can just add a little of that on top to get that 0.1. Your oil filter, in this brand it is an XG7317. It does differ slightly for brands, you can always look it up, but that one will always work. And the size socket you need for the oil plug is a 17mm socket. So now we're just going to go over where everything is that you'll be working with. To start, this bright yellow cap over here is going to be your cap where you're going to take it off and put the oil into. If you don't know what oil your vehicle takes, usually you can find it noted right here. Don't know that you can see that, but it is usually noted on the cap what type of oil you need to use in your vehicle. Right here is going to be the oil filter that we will remove and replace, and over here is just your dipstick that tells you your oil level or how grody your oil is. Now we'll go underneath the car. Now, before going underneath your vehicle, you should always make sure that you have your e-brake on. You don't want it rolling over you and killing you. That's an important note. So on the Subaru Forester, you want to look for this little cutout underneath the car. This inside here is going to be where your oil plug is. So let's just... It's kind of hard to see here, but this nut right here, actually it's a bolt, this bolt right here is going to be what we're taking out to drain the old oil. You want to be careful that you are accessing the oil and not the transmission fluid. For better reference on how far back or where you should look on your vehicle, where that little pocket is it's right in front of the front tire. So if you take your front tire and just come directly over from it, this is where that pocket is that your oil plug is going to be in, that you're going to remove. Now, before I go under the car and pop open that oil plug, I'm going to note that I would not recommend using the oil pan I'm about to use. I've used several oil pans on several different cars, and this one is just really hard to get centered underneath the oil plug very well, and so it tends to make a mess. You'll probably see that, but once you get it centered, it catches most of the oil. Looks a lot messier than it actually is. But the round oil pans with the bigger hole on them are definitely better than this square one that has a hole in the corner where everything can just slosh out of. So you'll see that. Have fun. Alright, so next we're going to our oil pan underneath. It's gonna have to be slightly out of the way for me to be able to get my ratchet in here and take that off. Alright, it's loosened. Now we can just do it with our hands. Now this oil will spray this way. It's kind of hard to catch, so we want to find where that hole is, get it as close to where we want it as possible, and just carefully undo this. As expected, I made a lovely mess on my driveway. Thankfully, I work at a hardware store, so I have lots of stuff I can get to clean that up. We're gonna go ahead and put the oil plug back in now that we've drained out all of the oil. Don't forget to put it back in before you start putting the new oil in. I know it's common sense, but I haven't personally done it, but I've almost done it before, and if you thought this was a mess now, definitely would have a mess later. So I'm going to go ahead and twist that in there till it's just about tightened. Where's my ratchet? Whoops. Don't know where my socket went. Like Dora the Explorer over here. Somebody tell me where my socket is. Oh, there it is. Alright. So it's hand tightened. We're going to go ahead and give it a couple more cranks to finish that off. Hit yourself in the face. Makes it all the more fun. There we go. So now that that oil plug's nice and tight back in there, we're gonna go back up and put the new oil in. One thing I didn't mention that you might want to get is a funnel, but I don't have a funnel, so there's that. But if you have a funnel, it'll be a lot easier because instead of having to pour way down here, you can pour up here. Sometimes you can just get a Powerade bottle and just cut it off at the base. Make sure you clean it out, but it actually screws perfectly into this, and it works as a pretty great funnel, and you can cut it off at whatever height you need to. Alright, so that's filled up. I'm going to spill a little bit, go me. Then you want to make sure that you prime your oil filter. You want to do this because you want it to have a little bit in there already because it's dry, and you want to put a little around the edge too, so when you tighten it down, this gasket doesn't start bunching up on you. So if you twist it, you just want it to make a nice seal. Like I said before, you only want to hand tighten this. So it forms a good seal. Boom. Alright, let's get rid of that. Lastly, we're going to check this guy over here. Just going to clean it on up. So what you want to do is you want to clean it to where there's nothing on there so you can see exactly how much oil is in your tank. And you just push your dipstick in. I know you can't see it. Pull it right back out. And I can see here that the oil is almost up to the second bead. That's where that 0.1 quart of oil comes in. So we're going to go ahead and just do one more check on it. Yeah, so you want that second bead to have a bubble in it like that first one. So I'm going to run and get that quart, fill it up a little bit more, and we should be good to go. So when everything's said and done, you want to go ahead and pull your car to a clean spot so you can make sure that there's no oil leaking and that you got that plug on there nice and tight, and that there are no cracks, because if you're changing your oil, because your oil light came on, there could be a different problem, like it's leaking. Once my oil pan on the bottom of my car got dented, and so all the oil just came right out, and it wasn't until we changed the oil that we realized it was just leaking out of the side of the pan. So double check that. Hey guys, we're done. If you guys like that video or you want more videos on things to do around the house, to fix around the house, electrical, plumbing, sheetrock, painting, whatever, give me suggestions. I'll try to get to them. I'm doing a lot of stuff to my house right now, so it's easy for me to make a quick video while I'm in the middle of doing something. I've spent the last 7 years teaching people at the hardware store I work at how to use the stuff I'm selling to them, so I'd be happy to teach you guys what to do with it when you get home. So give me suggestions, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.